A young mother murdered after a flurry of 911 calls. Police came but left without ever speaking to her.
For 3 years, her mother fought for the body camera video that would show what happened. And tonight, KARE 11 Investigates Lauren Lemanchek has that video the city didn't want to release.
What's got in there? Let's see what you got.
Valentine's Day.
Are you happy?
Another holiday 5-year-old Arjea spends without her mother, and Lakeisha Gant spends without her daughter, Raven.
So even though I miss her with everything, I know that she's in a better place.
In a better place because more than 3 years ago, on Thanksgiving 2019, Raven was murdered. Her ex-boyfriend, Randall Watkins, convicted of shooting her.
There's a little kid here.
Right in front of little Arjea. But Lakeisha still had an unanswered question.
I told my husband, I say something isn't right.
911 was there.
Why did police respond to a 911 call her daughter made that night and then just leave?
We just kept asking for the body cam footage.
For 3 years, the city refused.
Did you feel like they were stonewalling you?
I did. Absolutely, I did.
Finally, after a legal fight that cost a grieving mother thousands of dollars, a judge ordered Minneapolis to turn over the video.
Bad.
Before we show you that video the city didn't want Raven's mother to see, it's important to know what happened earlier that day. In all, 5 calls were made to 911.
911, what's address the emergency?
Yeah, I got my daughter's mom. She's doing some crazy stuff with me.
The first by Randall Watkins, Raven's ex-boyfriend, at 4 p.m. When police arrive, Watkins is refusing to let Raven inside to get her and Arjea's clothes.
All of her clothes are in here, all of her diapers.
But the officer can't convince Watkins to cooperate and tells Raven it's a civil matter.
Unfortunately, I can't force him to open the door and let you go in and get the stuff, okay? That's where my hands are tied.
They'd have to find another time to get her stuff. Hours later, Raven returned for her things. It didn't go well. At 9:37 p.m., Raven and Watkins make simultaneous 911 calls from inside the house. Raven telling the dispatcher she just wants her clothes.
Does he have any weapons at all?
Yeah, I'm sure he has weapons.
Does he have any weapons on him?
Right now, and I'm nervous, and I just want to leave here.
Watkins calls too, yelling.
He just kicked me in my face. He just kicked me in my face.
There would never be any indication that Raven actually assaulted him, court records show. Approximately 5 minutes later,
4-2 on arrive.
MPD pulls up to the house, already warned there's a domestic dispute. Here's the body cam video Raven's mother fought to see. They walk to the house and tap on the screen door. When there's no answer, they don't look in the windows, don't announce themselves, or even knock again.
4-2 on the house, it's all dark and nobody's answering the door. You try to call back, please.
Dispatch calls Randall Watkins.
421, I got voicemail, call back.
No one calls Raven.
Copy, thank you. We'll be code 4.
Code for clearing the scene. After just about 2 minutes at the house, officers leave. Minutes later, Watkins calls again. Still inside the house police just left.
Yes, I just called 911. I was trying to see how long it takes for the officers to come get my daughter's mom on my house.
We're going to get them back out there. If anything changes, let us know.
Officers are redispatched, but records show they first drove several blocks away to use the bathroom and then decided to investigate a stolen car. Then, at 10:08,
and the officer's still not here.
A fifth call from this house. Watkins grows more volatile. The 911 dispatcher pleads with Watkins to calm down.
You need to get out of her face. Go to another room.
Little Arjea can be heard crying. Finally, 6 minutes into that final call, nearly a half hour after officers knocked and left, a gunshot.
They could have saved their life.
Lakeisha and her attorney, Oliver Nelson, are now suing Minneapolis police for wrongful death.
I don't think any reasonable person, much less a reasonable police officer, can look at the body cam footage and conclude that that was a thorough investigation into Ms. Gant's domestic abuse allegations.
But did MPD do anything wrong?
This is a critical moment, and it could be because they're not answering Something is going on inside that house.
KARE 11 asked multiple police experts to look at the reports and the body camera video. Among them, Mark Wynn, a former Nashville police detective who now trains police nationwide on domestic abuse response.
But you don't just drive away after 2 minutes and tapping once on a door. That's not proper response to a domestic violence call.
What should they have done? He says he required his officers to check the back door, announce themselves, talk to the neighbors, listen for noises, especially in a case with multiple calls where there might be a weapon.
That indicates high priority. There's no margin for error.
Failures, he thinks, should make Minneapolis review training and policy.
A call like this, considering there's been a death, should be reviewed from top to bottom.
Show me your hands.
When police finally did return,
Somebody shot? Yes. Come on here.
it was too late.
There's a little kid here.
Arjaya's mom was dead.
We got a victim here, guys.
Raven loved that little girl. That was her little mini-me.
Lakeisha left to unravel what really happened on the day both her daughter and the man who killed her called 911 for help. There was a short knock, but help never really arrived.
I'm fighting for my daughter, and that's not going to stop.
KARE 11 reached out to Minneapolis police, but they told us they could not comment on pending litigation. They also declined our offer to speak about any changes to policy on domestic violence calls. Publicly available records show the officers involved have not faced any discipline. For KARE 11 Investigates, I'm Lauren Lemanchek.